Hello everyone. This you already know that this is a board HSC form. You need to fill all the details correctly. So please watch the video till the end so that there is no mistakes or errors while filling any uh, points in the board form. First and foremost, you need to write down the division and the roll number on the top right corner with a pen, either black or blue, preferably black, and then you can write down the subject combination which you in which the division you are studying, that is Hindi Max, Hindi SP, IT Max, IT SP. And then here you can look, there is a Jan, Feb, March, June, July, August 2000. The space has been given. You can just write on the year 23. And now let's move on to the content which we need to write down one by one. Please do not make any mistakes while filling up any points for the HSC board form. Here you need to write down the index number of the college. Just you can have a look at this. This is the index number of our college, 3205004. And then you need to write down the UDICE number, which I have already shown in the video. It is 27230700188. So please note down these two numbers and write down in your HSC board form. Then you have the second point is 1C is student Saral ID. This you would get it in your LC or given by the school, or it would be circulated among your WhatsApp group. So please check it out, and then you need to fill up if any problem, or if you are not understanding, please ask to the concerned teachers. Then the appointment serial number, this we would circulate in your WhatsApp group. Please check your name, and against the name the appointment number would be given. So here the 4-digit appointment number you need to write down. Check your WhatsApp group. Within some days we would be sharing the same thing. Then you need to write down the center number of the college. For our college it is 3801. Please note down this center number. Then let's come to the basic details of your name. The first thing is we need to write down the name, that is Joshi. For example, this form has been filled only for the sample copy. Here we have written it as a Joshi. Candidate name, your name as per the SSC record. All the details has to be filled as per the SSC results which has been given to you. Then you have candidate name, middle name or father's name, and then you have a mother's name. You need to fill as per the SSC record, as I've already told you. Then on this, on the right hand side, you need to paste a photograph, passport size photograph. See to it that the photograph is not too large, it does not go out the boundary which has been given to us. Please stick to it within the boundaries, and most probably the red or a white background would be preferable. Do not paste any selfies, any outings or any nature photography. Only the pure passport size photograph has to be sticked there within the box. Then you have a residential details. Please write down the residential details. Most probably make sure that the residential details comes within these two lines, that is your room number, your society. If there is some chawl or building or bungalow, then write down accordingly. Then you have a Malad East, for example, this is a sample copy, and then you need to write down the pin code. And on the right hand side again you would see a candidate signature. See to it that you are signing it within the box and you are not going outside the box for signing it. Do not sign cross, do not sign from starting from here to here. Just mention an initial signature so that it is reflected in your hall ticket. Then on this side you can see the mobile number. Write down the mobile number as shown here. Whatever the mobile number which is working, you can write down the mobile number. Then you have a date of birth. Here you can see the date of birth has been written. If there is no space here, DD, MM, YYYYY is required. If there is no space, you can just mention it here with a proper neat reading handwriting. Do not overscript it, cancel it or correct it. Then you have a Aadhaar number. Just write down the Aadhaar number as per your Aadhaar card number. Then coming to this point, stream, you have commerce, so I would select commerce. If you are science and arts, you would select accordingly. Then the number 3. Then the gender, you would select male or a female as per your male and gender. Then you would have the number 1 here, or if you are a female, you would write the number 2. Minority religions, if you are a non-minority, you would select 0 and you would write 0. And if you are a Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, Sikhs and Parsi and Jain, then you would write down the numbers which has been written against that minority religion. Category, if you are in open category, you would select 0, 9 and then you would write down 9. And if you have ST, SC and OBC certificates and all, then accordingly select that category and write down the numbers over here. Then if you are a Divyang, that is if you are a handicap or not handicap, you need to select. If most probably you would be no handicap, then you would write down 0 and write down 00 over here. And if you are a handicap, then according to the handicap number, code number, you need to write down the code number and need to submit the certificate. The medium of instruction is English, so you would write down 1. Type of candidate, you would select fresher 1, regular, you would write down 1, non-exempt 2. Then here in the code D, you would have journal as a code, and if you are IT, then you would select number 3. Whether you are a foreigner, yes or no, most probably it is no. And if you are yes, then according to it would be given here. Now pay attention to all this detail because it is most important part of board form filling. The first subject which has been by default written is English. The code is 01 and the language of answer is 1. Here the second language of this is Hindi, so I would write down Hindi. The code is 04 and the language of answer is 8. If you are a Marathi or a French student, I would share the code numbers of the respective subject. Accordingly, you would need to select it. Then the third language, the third subject is Eco. The code is 49. The language of answer is 1. BK 51. The fifth language is OC. The subject is OC. The code is 51 and the language of answer is 1. Here the sixth subject is Max. The subject code is 88 and the language of answer is 1. Here you can see physical education and environment education both already have been written by default. Just put 1, that is the language of answer is 1. The different subject combination, I would share the list and would explain you how to write it down, but for a time being you can just have a look at this. For example, the language of answer is English. The first subject is default compulsory for all the students. Then in the second language you can either select Marathi, Hindi or French. The Marathi code is 2, the language of answer is 2. Hindi, the subject code is 4, the language of answer is 8. The French, the subject code is 13, the language of answer is 1. From this you have to select any one. Then the next compulsory subjects are Eco, BK and OC, as I already explained in the video. 49, 50 and 51 is the subject code and the language code is 1. For the sixth subject, either you can select SP or Max. If you are selecting SP, the subject code is 52, the language of answer is 1. And if you are selecting Max, the subject code is 88, the language of answer is 1. Once you select this, if you are an IT student, then you won't have any language out here. You need to select IT, then IT, the subject code is 99 and the language code is 1. So accordingly, you need to fill the 6 subjects over here. Alright, English, the language, either Hindi, Marathi or French, the 3 subjects which are compulsory. Again, you have an option subject over here, Max and SP. So accordingly, please look at the subject combinations, code and the language of answer, and then accordingly fill it. Now this page is very clear. Now coming to the next page, here you can see the point number 18. We have been asking for the SSC and 11 details. For SSC, what you can do is write down the seat number of your SSC, select the month March, year 22, and the name of board is. For 11th, you can write down the 000 and the 4-digit roll number. Then select March. The year is 2023, and the board which you have passed or junior college name is TCSE. You can use the shortcut. For the point number 19, live, it is not required. It is only for the repeaters. Then coming to the point number 20, this is for the OMS student, whether they have cleared the examination from SSC board or other than Maharashtra board. If you have passed SSC board, select yes. If you are selecting no, that is for the OMS student, then you need to write down the certificate number, the eligibility certificate number, which we would be circulating in your WhatsApp group. Please see to it that you are asking the teachers for the eligibility certificate. Write down the eligibility certificate number over here. Then you can write down the revenue circle. The revenue circle for the point number 22 is you may be staying in Binder, Mira Road, Vasai, Borivali. So accordingly, write down the revenue circle, account number of your parents, any one account, bank account number of your parents. Then you have to select IFSC code of that particular bank, and you need to select which to which the account belongs to, whether it is for the father's account number, whether it is the mother's account number, whether it is your own account number. Select accordingly and write it down. Now this is the last part for this board form filling. Then you need to select the place, that is Mumbai, the date, that is 18th or 19th, whatever the date you are filling in the board form, and then you need to put a signature out here. Please see to it that you are carrying all the required documents as mentioned in the WhatsApp group, along with your DD and this board form, pre-filled board form. If you are making any mistakes, see to it that you are filling the board form again, but you are not overwriting it using the whitener. Please see to it and stick to the rules and regulations which you are providing in your WhatsApp group.